has changed. That doesn't mean the Y has to. I'm not saying one view is different or better. All I'm saying is that we thought if there was a way to make a bad situation palatable, was to focus on the services we're delivering. Again, clearly we got that wrong, it's evident. But it would be inaccurate, and it would be unfair to imply on any level that the intent wasn't there. I mean, we can talk about the dollars and cents, and we spent a lot of time there. But again, I was in the room as a new guy, and again, I walked out of the room saying, wow, we're gonna bring the community together. They're gonna help us figure this out and find this place. And you said that doesn't work. You want one building together.
The mission statement for the original Y is if you go out, you make a right, go around the corner, it's right on the wall, the mission statement. When you read that, it goes totally against what you're trying to provide.
Well, and it's evolved. It used to be the UM, right? It's YM, young men's.
Yeah.
Women were involved. I know African Americans were evolved, and African Americans were brought in.
African-Americans,
No, from 1844 was when it was founded, and African Americans came in later, and the Y was always courageous enough to do the right thing in the right moment, at the right time. And all I'm just saying, we could split hairs all day. All I wanted to say was that our intent, I believe, was in the right spot.
Because you do have YWCA, so women's are involved. But I'm just saying, around that corner, on that wall, there's a black guy on that wall. So when it first started, way back when in the 1800s, so blacks were involved with YMCA.
So where did the Y start?
I have to go out there and read it, I can't remember.
Well,
In Switzerland? When it was?
it started in London, England.
London. I know it was somewhere. I know it was somewhere.
Right,
Yeah.
and specifically, it was through the Industrial Revolution, and specifically it was for the young men in the drapery trade. And they had evening classes and Bible study. That's how the Y got started. So over time, it's evolved. Like, in some places, there used to be residences. There are a few Ys that still do them, but most Ys don't do that anymore.
So what's YMCA stand for? Young Men's Club.
It's Christian Association.
So if it's involved, then why don't you just change the name? That's what Bob is trying to say.
Right.
Because it seems like the perception is that you're hiding behind the Y symbol, and you're hiding behind the nonprofit status
So we said YMCA.
become a profit.
So YMCA, young, right? We have people of all ages. Would you agree to that?
Oh, yeah, they're the ones complaining the most. The
So,
seniors.
and M stand for men, that doesn't apply anymore, because actually the majority of our members are women. C, you don't ask anybody what their racial, religious, sorry, beliefs are. We welcome everybody, so we don't have a test as to what religion you belong to. The A stands for association, it still applies.
You're probably going, you know what? You're making all these changes, you're gonna have to change your name.
And your nonprofit status become a
The fact that
for-profit.
you put in there.
That's the perception in the community, that it's a for-profit Y now.
Christian?
Whether it's right or wrong, but that's the misconception.
They already called it a corporation.
Yeah, and that's what the Pottstown people are feeling.
But it's
One of your
a,
programs is
yeah,
corporation.
but it's association, for
40 in the slip, I guess.
association for profit.
That's what makes the NAACP so special, because our mission statement doesn't change. Even though times evolve, our mission statement has not changed. That's why we're the greatest civil rights organization in the
What?
world.
Who makes the decision when the new Ys are being built?
You don't cave
Board of
in.
directors.
State Street.
So, I know you want to wrap up. I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Joe articulated what we're trying to do very well. We also respect your opinion, and we hear you loud and clearly. I do have an offer to follow up with you.
Thank you.
If that is acceptable to your group, I would like to follow up. There seems to be some, I don't know what to call it, some things that we need to discuss more. And I'd be more than willing to reach out to you through you. Would that be appropriate, Johnny? Or would it be
Yes.
appropriate? Okay, and so you have my commitment to follow up on this.
Appreciate that.
I think, what's that? I'll reach out out tomorrow, and we can schedule a time, and figure out what the best forum is to meet and continue the discussion. We have heard you loud and clearly. I hope we've been respectful, and anything that we said that didn't meet that test, I certainly apologize for, but we have the best of intent, and we appreciate continuing the conversation. And if there's any specific information around, gosh, I don't want to bring up finances anymore, we're talking about that. Around who we're serving, how we're serving, and all those kinds of things, we're more than happy to do that. And I appreciate also your time. I'm a hired person here, I'm a hired staff. Most of you are volunteers, so thank you for your time and your interest. And most importantly, your commitment to making sure that Pottstown is the best place it can be. There's lots of challenges in lots of communities, but we hear you loud and clear about Pottstown, and we do take it to heart, so thank you.
Appreciate that. We're the voice of the voiceless, and we care about the people. All Pottstown pool was taken away from us, community pool, which is very diverse and inclusive. That was our summer. When we was kids growing up, we looked forward to going to the pool. And a lot of private pools suffer because everybody, when you're young, you go to the private pools. When you get in middle school and senior high, you become friends. So the kids that you become friends with, they don't want to go to the private pools. They want to go to the pools with the kids that they go to school with. So that was our summer, and that was made the 4th of July event so huge at the
Excuse
park.
me, you say private pool, segregated pools.
Well, that's-
It wasn't private, it was not private, it was segregated. It was segregated, we had segregated pools in this neighborhood, we had segregated clubs in this neighborhood. So, and then you talk about going to Boyertown was racist. That was the headquarters of the Klan up there, and it just a few years ago, as we used to protest to go up there, the late president and myself, we went to Boyertown to close the school, to encourage them to close the school on Dr. King's birthday. I'm happy to say that the ministerium and Boyertown have gotten together, and there's no room for hate. And the Boyertown School District is working with Pine Forge Academy. They come together every year for the Martin Luther King celebration. It's beautiful. So it was segregation here. So we don't want to get back to the redlining. I've been here 31 years pastoring, and coming from Baltimore, I grew up doing segregation. I see it, I smell it, I know what racism is. And when I came here and saw this stuff, and I've been fighting for it ever since, for equality, against redlining, and so forth like that. So many of us have a real heart invested into this. I came up here with 4 kids, now I have grandkids, so I'm vetted to be here. And so what we're saying is that we're going to protect our turf. And I appreciate you coming, I appreciate all of you coming. I know what it means to be volunteers, to be on a board. I served on the hospital board and stuff. And I know that there is some, you might not get compensated, but you got to pay out some money. But I thank you for coming, and I trust that your honesty your honesty will stay with us, so that the next time we meet, that we'll pick up at a different plateau on trying to find a resolution. I think we have made our complaints, we have brought to you. We have placed it out there. Our young people were fantastic, everybody. So now you know what the issue is. So when we come together, again, we can work together and try to make a resolve to this, that you'll be happy, we'll be happy. Because when we're not happy, you won't be happy.
He took most of everything I was going to say, but 2 things that, what I was going to say that he didn't say was that he took our community pool away. It was one of the most diverse places for kids from all backgrounds, families from all backgrounds to go to.
And they let it run down first.
And they let the pool run down to the point where they said the same thing you're saying. It costs too much to maintain and fix it and keep it open.
And would allow us to get money. So before we could get money to repair it, they filled it in with dirt.
And then they tried the same thing, it was tried with Ricketts Community Center. But it was NAACP who stood out front and went to Borough Hall and fought to keep the Ricketts Community Center open, and all the kids had nowhere to go. And they even actually called the police on me one day because I was in there with my son, and they said, I can't be in the center with my son, to work out with my son. But we, NAACP has fought for the low-income kids in this community, and with the Ricketts Center, if you go past the age of 14 during the summer, you're not out in the building. So you got kids from the age of 14, and girls mature faster than boys, they gotta admit that. So the young men, they're 20, 21, 22, they're still trying to find where they need to go. And so we had mentors in the community center who we went to and we worked out, we lived away to play ball with. They took that away from us. They took the social services away from the community center. And now here goes the why. This is the last place that is diverse and inclusive for the whole community. And if you guys decide to shut it down, that's what you're going to take away. The last place of diversity and inclusiveness in this community. And I'm hoping that we can keep it open and maybe find donors to invest to keep the building running.
Well, I appreciate you saying that we're diversity is inclusive. We believe we are. We'll try our very best to do that. So I look forward to meeting with you guys again.
I see too many,
Thank you very much.
I see too many black people working upstairs, I just for the record. I'm gonna talk to the building.
I do want to
Membership may be diverse.
just say one other thing, is that even though you do say that most of the families have agreed to go to the new child care center, it's still going to make a hardship for them. They might have agreed to go, but it's going to be a hardship for them to get there, and as time goes on, you might not have them. Yes. So they really need, this is their home, and this is where their day care center needs to be.
Again, please keep in mind, the children don't have a school bus system here either. I mean, that is the dire needs, like, we look to each other for support needs. So when they do sign up, as she said, that may not carry through. I mean, we don't have school buses, we're used to walking and parenting and policing our children.
Thank you, everybody. I hope there was no hard feelings.